Hi everyone! I've been reading about the movie Lavalier and how actor Kelvin Harrison Jr., who portrays 18th century violin virtuoso Joseph Boulogne, learned to play the violin for the role in just 2 months. This made me wonder, have other actors or famous people actually played the violin? Searching for them, I not only discovered actors that learned violin basics for a movie role, but actually loved and played the violin in real life. I also found other artists, scientists, physicists, and even politicians that did too. When you dig deep into history, you'll be amazed at how many famous people, brilliant minds, talented artists, and extraordinary leaders have played the violin, and today we'll talk about some of them. One more thing before we move on. At the end of this video, I'd like you to vote in the comments section and tell us which one of these famous violinists surprised you the most. That would be exciting, so let's get started. Our first famous violinist is none other than the genius physicist Albert Einstein. Known for his theory of relativity, Einstein loved music, especially Mozart, and played the violin. He once said, "I know that most joy in my life has come to me from my violin." He even gave a name to his violin, Lena. Another interesting fact is that his second wife, Elsa, said that she fell in love with him because he played Mozart so beautifully on the violin. Moving on to our second violinist, we have Thomas Jefferson, the third president of the United States. Jefferson was so dedicated to his violin that he practiced, as he himself would say, for no less than 3 hours a day for a dozen years. He also owned 3 violins. One of them was from the Amati School in Cremona, while another was a pocket violin. Here we can see how it looked like. Next up, we have actor and filmmaker Charlie Chaplin. Known for his comedic genius, Chaplin composed music for many of his films, but was also an accomplished violinist. He loved the violin and would take every spare moment away from the studio to play. Chaplin even performs in his films. What I find interesting is, as you can see here, he holds the violin the other way around. Chaplin was left-handed, so he adjusted the violin by having the strings reversed. I am left-handed too, but never thought of doing that. Okay, so still staying in Hollywood, our fourth violinist is the glamorous German actress and singer Marlena Dietrich. Marlena studied the violin, played in an orchestra that accompanied silent films in a movie theater. Her dream was to become a violinist. However, a wrist injury cut that dream short. She moved on to acting, and the rest is history. Next, we have the amazing Meryl Streep. This award-winning actress is no stranger to musical roles. You might have seen Mamma Mia, but for one role, she learned to play the violin in less than 2 months, and pretty decently. It's really amazing. Her violin lessons would last apparently 5 hours. Talking about determination, she undertook this extraordinary feat for a role of the violin teacher in the movie Music of the Heart. There are a number of movies where you can see that the actor holds the violin but doesn't really play, kind of fake. But Meryl Streep really plays. Our sixth violinist is the brilliant computer scientist and mathematician Alan Turing. Known for his groundbreaking work in decoding the Enigma machine in World War II, Turing also found solace in playing the violin. Apparently, he took the violin with him to Princeton University to be like Einstein. According to his brother, he never learned to play the violin really well, but he loved to play and play for those he loved. Moving on, we have the ultimate Renaissance man, Leonardo da Vinci. Not only was he a painter, inventor, and scientist, but he also loved music, sang and played different instruments, amongst others the lira da braccio, a precursor of the violin, an instrument he built with his own hands. Next up is the creator of the world's most famous detective, Sherlock Holmes. Sir Arthur Conan Doyle was himself a violinist, so it is perhaps no wonder that he had his most famous character, Sherlock, play the violin too. Elementary, my dear viewers. Our ninth violinist is the Italian dictator Benito Mussolini. He learned the violin as a boy and continued to play it through adulthood. He did his playing largely behind closed doors and as a means of relaxation, and would often practice for hours. Mussolini owned an 18th century Hieronymus Amati violin. Hieronymus was the grandson of a more famous member of the Amati family, Andrea Amati. Back to art. Our 10th violinist is the post-impressionist painter Henri Henri Rousseau. To help meet ends, Rousseau would busk on the streets of Paris and play the violin. He even wrote a piece for solo violin. Last but not least, we have the glamorous actress Jane Mansfield. Jane Mansfield, known for her beauty and on-screen charisma, was also a skilled violinist. In high school, she took violin, piano, and viola lessons. Her love for the violin did not stop when she became a great star. Here you can see she even performed in a show playing Vivaldi's Concerto in A minor. And there you have it, our list of 11 famous amateur violinists from various walks of life. Now, which one of these famous violinists surprised you most? Let me know in the comments below. I'll tell you who surprised me most. It's Jane Mansfield. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, bye-bye.